for example use only.
Thank you. I do like the topic, and I apologize if I just jumped in. I just missed you, and I thought we will just touch base. If you recall the other night, Dan Street on Roblin, 2 nights ago, he mentioned all his career he was interacting with people directly, physically. And now, obviously, after he retired, after many years, he sees people just like icons, small images on the computer. And of course, it has a different effect. It still gives him the need or the thirst to have actual interaction with people. So this is where ONPASSIVE pays attention to those details. How could you, you cannot avoid technology. This is a part of life. It's not 1991 anymore, okay? This exists, but how can we humanize it? How could we make it more interactional? How can we make it more live and unboring? That's what we strive to do. In fact, for that reason, ironically, and believe it or not, we just rushed into finishing a tech meeting. Mr. Nazdal was supposed to come here because he said tell the three of you, he didn't know Andy would be here. I'm sure he would thank you too, to say thank you, all of you, for everything you're doing to help our YouTube algorithm and spreading the word about the contest and all of that. And I told him, come on. I didn't know if he's going to follow me or not. I forwarded the link to him, but if he doesn't show up, he tells you thank you. So I did my job. You tell him so I can keep my job. And you know, basically we covered one of the things about OConnect. The part that you already know and see is already more interesting, entertaining, and live, and you know, unboring than everything else on the market. Now, more we're adding. Remember, we're going to have like once a week update, upgrade, okay, permanently. So within the next 2 weeks or so, you're going to even have some more interesting things. Obviously, on the live paid copy, because we're not adding, as you know now, we froze what we have, but now going to the paid OConnect, you're just going to start seeing the progression as we go. The main discussion is to how the word crazy is being used in ONPASSIVE meetings quite often. And it's in bold and caps, like crazy ideas, crazy innovation. And we love it. We love to make, you know, some interesting technology, not just the usual. You can get this done anyway. But for example, like we were with one of the vendors in Europe in the morning, and they use Zoom, to be honest with you, okay? They were using screen share, and we thought that was really poor quality. I could tell the difference because now we're using OConnect. I said, can we please next time use OConnect, because it's really not that attractive when they share a screen. It's not that good of a quality. So yeah, we definitely will impress you. That's no doubt about. Like within the entertaining aspect, more humanized. To the point, I'm going to add this because it's 360 and we can say things we don't say anywhere. To the point where, you know, some boring meetings or presentations that happens, not this one, okay, but in general, there are some boring meetings, like you're there, okay. So we created, okay, well, it's not done, but there is something that is coming in the display. When it's boring, it will break the ice in a way and make it more interesting, even if the presentation itself is boring. Speaking of the a music background, speaking of the resound, speaking of all of that, that is done. But now something more about the display. So what's happening? So it's going to captivate the attendee in a way, even if the content is horrible, but you're amused by the display, the outlook of the application. And I promise you, there's not going to be one boring session with ONPASSIVE. So to all of you horrible speakers and attendees, presenters and coaches, we got a place to fix you. Come here. You're going to be okay. But it has to be with heart. If you don't do it with heart, it's not going to be done. If you're money driven, it's just going to be cut dry and another transactional application. However, resound, you will be able to add your own resound. We've added more, okay? So they're more exciting now. We have more selections. The problem is you're going to be hooked. It's going to be addictive. By the time you play with it, like half an hour is gone. So there's not going to be a 30 minutes connect, but the good news is unlimited. And then background, you can upload your own. No problem, okay? You can make your sound and add it, presentation, all of that. So you have more options now, and they are there already, and you can add your own. It can't get any better. So you can add, like record. Hey. Okay, for example, you want to do that? Captain Chris Johnson is here. You can do that, okay? And all you do is just click buttons and have fun. Let the machine work for you. Yeah, save your voice for the good stuff. Giddy up, Susie, or, so everybody will be able. How are we doing? Yeah. Hey, Jane. I mean, I'm trying. I mean, Chris. So that would be interesting. So what was the topic about today? I mean, I just want to catch up with you because to be honest with you, we have so much in our plate, and I kind of sneaked in here between meetings. There's another one coming now, different topic, but overall, I want to ask a question. If you don't have a question for me, and you can ask any question. Are you ready for an exciting ride? Because for a while, people are in such an anticipation and some anxiety mode. And we said it's a done deal, and we worked hard not to have to repair. I heard you talking about repairing. We worked so hard not to get to the repairing mode. Now, there's a difference between the past couple of years, beta testing and all of that is on us. We're paying. We don't complain because we're building organic technologies from scratch. But now it's a different game. Not necessarily the people I'm talking to here on the screen, but the general public is not going to give you mercy when it's a paid product or when they adapt our technologies as a part of their daily activities or routine, whether in business or personal. So if somebody has an OConnect meeting, school, or business or interview or something, the last thing is we want to break or drop down or fluctuate in the quality or the security or anything. But we cannot take a chance. I'm going to remind you, ONPASSIVE, exactly like NASA, failure is not an option. You cannot send people to space and say, let's see what happens, and we'll find a way to bring them back. We'll think about it. No, you have to really meticulously perfect the plan and the testing to see it all the way through and the return safely. So this is exactly how we see. So the question to you, so we've done our part. We brought it to the point now. We're about to give it to you. paid. It's a big transition between free. Free is on us. It's the same work. It's all of that. But when it's paid, now you become entitled. Okay, you have that entitlement as a customer, as a user of our technology. I'm paying for this. I expect this 365 days, or as long as you're paying for it, you expect a perfect 100% uptime, running, functional, stable product. And we cannot take a chance with that, especially the first, product. So yeah, we will make a big splash with the first few products, especially with OConnect, being there's nothing you can compare it to. There's nothing. The quality, I'm telling you, it just got up. So the paid is gonna get better. The display, the features, the entertainment, all of that, it just gets better. And every week you go, there's something more, there's something more. But the price is not gonna go up in terms like you pay for it, that's it. But we are gonna, there's a whole team is gonna work on the advancement as we go. But I'm not sure if the market is ready. Are they expecting now? Because they might think, well, we can go another month. They, I don't blame them if they think that way, but they're not going to go another month without paying now. We've given it to them for well over 3 months now. Okay. And, we want to open shop. We've given so much, to the market, to the vendors, to the staff, etc. Now, I think it's fair for us to expect something in return as a company, and for those who really help to build this business and have a good exposure for it. My question: how ready are you? Or do you think some people will like now, oh, okay, take your time, they're just going to hide? Okay, it's not going to break the bank. It's reasonable.
I think there's certainly going to be people who are going to be nervous about it, Ash, because we've been in this journey for such a long time that actually switching over to the next phase, which is what you're talking about, I think it's going to be a bit of a surreal experience for many people, and one that's a bit like waiting for a baby to be born. You're expecting what's going to happen, but until it actually happens, then you actually don't know how you're going to react. And I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to react in a lot of different ways, but certainly excitement is going to be there, that's for sure.
Fantastic. Okay, fair enough. But it is real, it is happening, and we've taken a very long free ride. I mean, it's fair for us to turn it into a real business. The four of you now, if you want to begin alphabetically with Andy, do you like to open a topic or a question? Like, what's something take advantage? What do you think? You interact with founding members and users, something we can touch upon.
Hi Ash. I'm intrigued about OTracker, and I'm trying to learn more. Obviously, hopefully, when we have our own website sorted, we can link that then to OTracker. But I've got several friends and colleagues that have OTracker, and they're working their way through it. Now, obviously, there's a guide to help them, and my understanding was that what Mohammed Nazal has been able to do is to take all of the features from all of the other products out there and combine everything under one, and then add some more.
Add some more, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So
here's the thing we discussed today, ironically today also, it's going to be integrated when it comes to having your domain purchased from ONPASSIVE through ODomain, then it becomes already, and you don't need to add on or to copy a plugin or something. So it is automatically integrated, the single sign-on factor, so everybody could have a use of it. So a couple of months until we have that service available to the public, I don't have a time. I'm not implying anyway, but it's going to happen in the near future. But when that happens, okay, you book your domain. So a part of the integration, OTracker is already integrated with, andyburks.com, right? And the other factor, we asked for it to be integrated with OMail, and there might be OMail Pro, by the way. Okay, never said that. That's another product. But OMail and your domain name, the integration of OTracker, Andy, since you're interested, it will be, for example, you send out a broadcast, okay? You have a list of 1,000 people. You send a broadcast. You want to know what happened to your message to them, who opened it, who's engaged, who's really interactive with it, like who clicked the link, if you shared a link or a video, watched it, how long. So you want to get a forensic dissection analyst for your data or for your activities. That would be through OTracker. So that will be also integrated. So as an add-on to that. So in today's discussion, also previously earlier, we've talked about the integration of OTracker with OMail. It will happen. So,
so is it with
every free mail allow me? There's no free mail allow you to track. It will be a paid bulk mail, something, right? Yeah. But with OMail, you can actually track your message. It's incredible. You can see from what devices they opened it. Where are they? If somebody tell you, "I didn't see your message," you're lying. I got the data. I got the evidence. Okay, I know what time. I know your IP address. I know what device. No joke. It's a receipt. I got the receipt with me. So I'm sorry, ONPASSIVE is like ruining the the lying. We have 16 participants. Where are they?
That's phenomenal. Thanks.
We never know how they get on here. It's a secret, I think. But
so they just get the.
Yeah, we don't know how they get that link. But
you want to see some names you may recognize? Maybe the team.
How is Ash? Since I'm second in alphabetical order, how excited not only are you, because I can see it in your face, what about the team? How excited are they to actually show the world their work? They got to be going crazy right now.
Very, very good topic. Thank you, Chris, and I appreciate that. Well, truthfully, there's a mix of nervousness, and there's a mix of, accountability, responsibility, because everybody, they have their part. And in the meantime, there's the time factor. You cannot deny it. All of that there, but yes, you're absolutely right on. There is a general theme of pride of us being able to pull up this technology for the first time and all of that. There's not one conversation that someone would say this would be, kind of disruptive, or this is outstanding or above or superior so and so, whether we're talking about OTracker, OConnect, or the other products that are not released, or OConnect, anything that we know what's coming and they know what's coming. So the attitude is so much pride with of course the pressures is there because out of responsibility, but yeah, they have this confidence and this pride within, like, oh yeah, we did it, and we did it the best. I don't mind saying that one of the things, for example, we didn't want to go too far in the paid product of OConnect without having the disruptive AI components. So now I'm not going to say exactly, but a few of them, are done. Now it takes time for them to evolve and mature. We know AI. We're going to start with basic AI, whether it's noise cancellation, And for the first time ever, you're going to have speech to speech, not on the recording, on live. We're talking English now. Somebody can have translation in Spanish in real time. In real time, there is a latency. We call it seconds. You're not gonna mind it. You don't understand, what they're talking anyway. So you select the gender, the accent, male, female, and you're hearing in your language. Remember the recap. So nothing we say is shelved. Okay, we go to work. So when we were able to transform those ambitions and beautiful ideas and all of that, and now we're just like testing, tweaking, perfecting, AIing them. I can create that term or verb. Lots of excitement, Chris. Lots of. I think the most I can sum it up with pride. There's so much pride and confidence. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's a great answer, Ash. Marty, it's your turn. I know you got a good one. Come on, brother.
Thanks, Chris. Buy a air pressure gauge, by the way. Yeah, Ash, the one I have is pretty close to what Chris said. With this last 5 years for you, where you were, what you thought, what it developed into, what your thought would be. I would like to know how you feel today. Not where it's going to go. You know it's going unbelievable, but up to today. Looking back, and I have some idea of some of the bad you had, but all summarized, how do you feel today about this painting that has been painted with you and the great team that you have?
Beautiful. Fair question. And what time is Roblin live?
9 o'clock. Yeah.
Okay. That's I can go on for that, but briefly, definitely, I can tell you this humbly. I go to work without any expectation. I just know I'm going to give it my all, do it or die. This is, I don't care about the results. The results came out much better very early on. They came out much better than I would have hoped for. I didn't hope for anything. I don't know. I go to work. I know this is my mission. I'm going to do it. Whatever happens, I'm happy because I'm working on my purpose. And that was the first phase. So I gained confidence with that. Oh, wow. So it's better than I wouldn't even expect that. So this is good. The reaction, the results. Then who came on like yourself from, the public, the globe, that teamed up with us, that gave it another booster. And that gave me more confidence. You can only achieve more. So now self-confidence, add to it more because who are you surrounded or who believed in your vision, it increased my certainty about what's possible. And then, especially the last year or so, I would say 2 years, the people who came on board on the team side, on the corporate side, that took it to the extreme where we have this thin line between the supreme confidence we have until we think we're arrogant. Because we're that confident, there's nothing we will say no to it. Everything is possible. Any idea, any great service we could do for humanity, for the public, for the users, for the market, we will do it. No doubt about that. We will be the first company that would care about, let's say, the deaf community or any impaired, community physically. So, for example, like who would ever bother to create technology for, let's say, sign language on a webinar application? Because they're not going to buy it. They're not, deaf people don't typically buy an audio, video, webinar, video conference platform. They don't buy that. So why bother? We will be the first company because we don't think about how many customers, if one will use it, we've done the service. So that is the distinguished thing, that as we go in time, today when I think about it, before I didn't have prediction, now I think there's absolutely no limit. There's no cap for how far we can go, and we're proud of what we do. We're not competing with anyone in any way. We don't down anyone. We would clap for them. There's so many services. I have nothing but respect for them. I will use them for as long as they're there or there's a need for them. I don't need to name a few, but there's several services. They're amazing. They're outstanding. They are who they are. So you may say, well, you're not going to be better than this. I mean, let's say people who say, how ONPASSIVE is going to be better than Google or Microsoft? Well, we're not in the same game. They're playing, this is software development. They are doing, search engine and, now some additional application. What they're known for is, and we're not even touching that. So how could you compare? We have a different game, and nobody in that game is AI with heart, is caring about humanity. It's not just about making money. They're good at that. They have 1, 2, 3 services. That's fine. But what